The rest of the house is a mess, so I thought it would be easier to talk this through in the kitchen while I have a break in between priming. So I've got a cup of tea, take a seat, get comfortable, let's have a chat, shall we? We bought a house! End of the kitchen was an extension done by the previous owners, and it's a lovely space, lots of light, the skylight and the doors at the back, really, really nice. It's just a weird space. Not really sure what to do with it. We've been umming and ahhing about what to do for a little while. When we viewed the house, they had a little bistro table and 2 chairs in there, which was nice, but it's not really big enough for a dining room. And also we're going to have the dining room, you know, with the bench seat and the big table, so we kind of don't need another seating area to eat. It's not big enough for a sofa and a TV, so we couldn't, you know, create a snug or, you know, like a little TV room or anything like that, like a more relaxed living room. It's just not big enough for that. So we were a little bit stuck about what to do. As you can see, it's just a random space. There's a lot of wall and it's a really tall space, which is great, but we weren't really sure what to do. Now, I work from home, so I need a desk and like a little office area, but I didn't want to take one of the bedrooms away to turn into my office. So I thought about incorporating that down here somewhere. I was playing around, and I could have easily, you know, bought a desk, had a little kind of storage unit, shelves and doors and things for all my stuff, you know, samples and books and things like that. But I just thought it would look a bit bitty, and I want something a little bit more substantial. We also needed space and storage for all of our cookbooks, because the kitchen is full and we haven't even moved in yet. We've moved little bits and pieces, particularly kitchen bits that we weren't needing at the in-laws, but it's basically full, so we've got no space to store anything in here. So I need an office space, I need cookbook storage, and then also I need a decent wine rack. I don't need a wine rack, I would like a wine rack. We like our wine, and I just would like somewhere to store it properly rather than just hidden in cupboards. Or, you know, the tiny little wine racks you get are great, but they only hold maybe 6, possibly 9 bottles. And I just wanted something a little bit more substantial. So I got sketching, and I was thinking about how we can utilise this space properly to incorporate all of those things. So I was in SketchUp and I've created this little sketch, which I think is actually going to be perfect. So it's got storage at the top, which would be great for any leftover bits and pieces and extra bits from my office and things. We've got storage on the left, which again is going to be great for office bits and pieces, so fabric samples, books, sketchbooks, stationery, printer, all that sort of stuff. And I made sure there was a door on that so I don't see it. I also wanted doors on the actual office part of it, like the desk part, because I hate being able to see my projects when I'm not working. It just makes me want to go work, it makes me not want to relax, so I wanted to be able to shut it off and kind of close it so that I don't have to think about it every single time I pass. So doors on the desk area were essential, but I also didn't want the doors to be in the way. So when I'm working, I didn't want the doors to just be in the walkway and be open. So I thought about creating pocket doors, which I think is going to look really, really cool. So the doors will open and then slide back on themselves so that they are in the storage unit, as it were, rather than in the walkway. So I'm super, super excited to see that come to fruition, because I just think it'll be really, really cool. And then on the right, you've got all that storage shelving space for cookbooks, and then obviously you've got the wine rack as well. So I am so excited to see this go in. I think it's going to look really, really cool. And then in terms of colour, so the kitchen we're not touching, not for the time being anyway. It's about 2 years old, 2.5 years old. It's fine. It's not my personal taste. It's, you know, you can see it's grey gloss. It's fine. It's not, I wouldn't have chosen it, but it's brand new, more or less. You know, there's nothing wrong with it, so we're going to live with it for a little while, live in the house for a couple of years, and then probably look to redoing it, something that's more our taste. So the walls in here are like an off-white, so we wanted something to continue through. So I think the walls in the space at the end, which is going to really be called the office, I think, because obviously that's where I'm going to be working, are going to be a warm white. And then I wanted to do something really cool with the unit. So the wall opposite is going to house my Sophie Derrick piece of art. If you don't remember, if you haven't seen on my Instagram, I bought this piece. I've been obsessed with Sophie Derrick for years and years, and I am so pleased that I've managed to buy this piece. I love it so much. And this is the only wall that it will fit on. So it's huge, and I love the fact that it's so big, but it's the only wall that it will fit. So it's going to be there, it's going to go on that wall, it's going to be used as like almost like a backdrop for my office. I love the fact that I'm going to see it every day when I'm working there. It's just going to, you know, boost creativity and make me happy because I'm going to see it all the time. So I'm so excited for it to be there. But I wanted the unit to kind of incorporate some of those colours. I think it would be really nice to kind of tie everything in. So I was umming and ahhing about what colour. There's the bright pink in there, which I think would be nice, but intense, very intense. It's a very bright colour. And then again, you've got the orange in there, which I think is really lovely, but again, I think it might be a bit intense, especially when I'm, you know, picking colours and trying to work out colour palettes and paint colours and things like that. I think the orange and the pink might be a bit overwhelming. So I've decided to colour match it to the blue that's in the Sophie Derrick piece. And I am so excited for this to happen. So Coat Paints have their selection of paint that they offer, obviously their colours, but they also have a fan deck of hundreds and hundreds of colours that you can choose from. So I'm going to colour match it to one of those, and then get Coat Paints to make up the colour, which I'm just, like I said, so excited to see come through. I think it's going to look so cool. But yeah, that's the space at the end. Like I said, the kitchen isn't really changing at the moment. It will eventually, and I'll do a design details when that happens. But it's, yeah, pretty much the same. And then, what else have we got I haven't spoken about? Oh, and the bathroom upstairs. Again, it's almost brand new. We won't be touching it for a little while. Not my style, I wouldn't have chosen it, but you know, it's brand new, it's all there, it all works, it's all absolutely fine. So I will eventually be redesigning that, but we're going to move in, live in the house for a bit, see what we like, what we don't, what we can change, and then I will have a kind of design session and a mood board session and see what we can do. But yeah, that's kind of it. It's a bit of a short video, this one, but I just wanted to update you on the last couple of rooms. Hit that subscribe button if you want to follow along so you never miss a video of our reno journey. If this is the first video you're seeing, be sure to start at the beginning. I've numbered all of the episodes so you can watch everything in order, so things make a little bit more sense. So go back to episode 1 and you'll see the empty house tour and you can follow the progression from there. If you want to, head over to Instagram at studio.lawson, and I do more regular kind of daily updates on the house and the business and what I'm working on, client projects, all that sort of thing, so go check that out. But yeah, hope you're having a good day, hope you're well, see you soon.